but not satellites.
Yeah, smaller satellites will be different, but you declare these as orbital platforms, so
Yeah,
I'm
that's it.
imagining something reasonably large, unless I'm
Yeah,
getting the scale wrong here.
yeah, but also with the space station, ISS, you basically have to know it's the space station, otherwise it's just a speck in the sky.
Right, but at least we're documenting that there's something there, and that's a point to investigate instead of staring gloomily up into the emptiness of space.
Okay. So, and your third one was using the OmniNet as the radio telescoping, and your second one was what?
That was the second one, and the third one was literally just sending a OmniNet message and seeing if we get a response.
Okay.
The third could probably happen almost instantaneously.
Okay.
Literally just send a message, get back a 404 not found. It's like, oh, there it is.
Okay. And let me just read up the shit.
Gotta go all the way to book 5 for this one.
No. I mean, it's in the right chapter, but basically you're not supposed to know about him right now. So you do, because you do unforeseen stuff. But so
Right, we've done unforeseen stuff, we've heard other things, we have a vague idea that they're there, but getting there isn't a priority. Until now.
Okay. Yeah, then so. What do you do? Which plans do you follow? I read it up. Now I can. I also got. Or maybe let me look if I find the other names. Yeah, these 3 stations are called Antipater, which registers it killed by action by the Gregorian back in the war. So Craterus, which is supposedly converted to orbital tactical command because all of its ammunition is gone. And Cassander, which was abandoned and is presumed lost in decaying orbit. Okay, so now I got you the names.
I should probably write those down in chat real quick.
Yeah, I copy and paste the shit.
That'll be nice, thank you very much. So I think right now, whichever one I pursue first comes down to what does it take to pull any of them off? Or if I need to, like, make a roll for any of them in particular.
I mean,
Land 3 sounds like, at least to me, like, it takes no time, and if I just do it and get nothing back, then it's already done.
Yeah, you do it and you get nothing back.
Yeah, that was a predictable response to that one. And that's just fine. That tells us that either they aren't communicating or they can't, which we could already assume that they can't.
Yeah.
So for either A or B, then, what does it take?
I mean, if you do A, you could just look up every night and sleep a day, or part of the day, and hope you get incredibly lucky. Space is big.
Right, I mean, I could just, like, take the Consigneur unit, hook it up to, like, camera attached to telescope, and go, hey, identify all pixels in this frame that are moving faster than other pixels that are moving.
Yeah, you
in
could
the future,
do that.
That's like 3 lines of code, right?
Yeah, but it still gets you false positives.
Mm-hmm. And the second one
would be
requires some engineering knowledge or something.
Oh no, it requires a lot of navigating bureaucracy again to get permission in the first place. Or hacking, if you bypass permissions.
If I bypass permissions. If I just go ahead and ask permission, getting a hold of stuff is what I'm good at.
Yeah.
So I'm definitely spending this entire week just continually harassing people around Evergreen.
Okay.
Just such a jerk. So yeah, I think I'll go ahead and go with that because it has the highest chance of producing true positives and being really good. I'd like to go for that.
Okay.
So shall I roll get a hold of?
Yes, go ahead.
God damn. That's
Yeah.
19 plus 6. That's 25. That is real good.
So Eddie
You tell someone
Branson,
and they light up immediately when I mention orbital platform.
so you get permission from Eddie, but basically what you did is set up the base, and now you get a lot of data to sift through because yeah, there are satellites, there are
Orbital
like
debris, maybe like
yeah.
a wrecked ship that just never moved or deorbited to.
Yeah, and so basically now I will make every session a hidden roll with or maybe a not so hidden roll because I don't have dice in the hotel, but
That's
anyway.
fine. You can also do /GM roll and it will roll a die as well. Like a normal /roll command.
The GMR? So that's
I wonder if GMR works, but I know /GM roll also works.
Whoa, magic!
Yeah.
Okay.
Secret rolls. I don't know what you did, so. There you
go. And sadly, because I'm not the one streaming, nobody knows.
Oh yeah, this is gonna be. You can get back to me when you have an answer. It's fine. But this is part 1 of my plan of taking over literally everything with orbital platforms and getting what I want.
Okay, but Cobra, your downtime action after 2 more days, Zero grants you the opportunity to really lay all the mines. And because he's very busy with strange radio astronomy, you could direct the effort to get the mines into the woods.
Would that preclude any other downtime actions?
Yes.
And I will skip what I had been planning, and I will do that because the defense of Evergreen is important.
So, I mean, I would roll it into the same downtime action of improve defenses.
Okay.
So, because, yeah, you did improve the defenses the first few days, and now you just change the strategy of improving. So go ahead and give me a roll.
All right. I'll use survive so you can find the best routes to lay mines in. Like, people will tend to follow the lowest curves of the land rather than going up hills and down hills. They'll try to zigzag between them. So you survive for that to maximize the amount of available mines per square.
Yeah. Okay. I'll just take notes. Get a chance. So yeah, Cobra, you lay out your mines and you are satisfied with your work. You get a help from a few refugees who took a liking to you and your big heart of helping them because, yeah, most of the militia and basically all of the government of Evergreen is very cold-hearted to them right now.
And I've got people on my side. Woo-hoo.
Yeah, you're more like the silent working guy or quiet working guy, and but you gain some sympathy through your actions rather than through your words.
It's good to know my efforts are paying off.
Yeah, I mean, they already paid off in saving lives during the sniper attack.
Yes. Well, in other concrete ways as well. Saving lives is always important, but getting something out of it in return, the help of the people when they normally would be apathetic towards the government being apathetic towards them, is always helpful.
Yeah. So, excuse me. So, yeah, after a few days in the woods and laying most of your mines, you see subalterns approaching closer and closer to the city. So you kind of anticipate the first attacks any day now. And 2 or 3 days later, after your field, it comes through. There really is an attack, not by a lone sniper this time, but by some platoons of subalterns. And like the minor attack before, you roll narratively and describe what you do. And basically, because you laid mines, I grant you an advantage on that roll.
Awesome.
Accuracy.
So what do Zero and Cobra do once the subalterns break out of the woods and attack, advance on Evergreen and start opening fire?
Well, Cobra could use act unseen and unheard to use his own sniper mech to shoot down the subalterns as they get close.
Okay, go ahead. Zero?
I could go ahead and return to leading and inspiring the troops, telling them that their defenses on the wall will be more than enough and that there's no need to abandon. Basically,
Cobra,
keep up their morale so that they continue to fight.
Cobra, your advantage didn't apply in the sheet, so roll a d6 on top of that. It's
get real good
yeah.
for you.
Yeah, I don't know why this sheet is so buggy.
Mm-hmm. Hey,
Okay.
17.
Okay, Zero?
Okay, leading and inspiring. Here's the roll. 21, and did in fact go through on that.
Okay. Yeah. So I read the same text for both of you. Your defense was a wild success with minimal casualties. An entire enemy unit, because of 2 successes, was all but wiped out, giving the battle line some breathing room. One of your allies gains a +1 to their next major attack roll. But I think this only applies to battles which continue. So yeah, you managed to really drive them off. A few of the militia are wounded, but luckily for you, nobody is dead or deathly wounded, so all will survive. And
Hey, we fended up a minor attack. Yay! And the mines worked perfectly.
No, this was a major attack.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
Oh, that could have gone terribly then.
Yes, it could.
I imagine literally being on the wall. It's like, well, now that their small attack is gone, we can't wait to see what their main force is going to do. It's like, that was their main force.
No,
Really?
it was not. There's Wills is still one step above that, which is the battle, which consists of several major attacks.
Yeah, that sounds like
This
the
was my-
climax right there.
Yeah, this was more like a probing attack. You can see with your battle experience, but whatever they wanted to gain through that, you drove them off so quickly. They didn't achieve their goals,
Excellent.
whatever it might be. But yeah, still, you get a feel the vibes within the refugee camp. The mood is lowering every day. First the sniper attacks, then recurring sniper attacks. Now an attack of a real subaltern force. It's not just approaching now, it is here. They fear for their life and their safety, and they're becoming more and more unhappy that they aren't allowed to enter the city, and they want to enter. They want to enter very bad. They are basically besieging the militia to let them finally in. And the militia is under strict command to not let them do that under any circumstance. But yeah, they are not happy at all, the refugees. And they're getting more,
So.
and they're getting more desperate by the day.
Right, and even though we've relieved the issue a little bit, there's still a lot of people there. It is a big problem that I don't have another immediate solution for, other than take over Evergreen. Yeah, things are still looking bleak, but hey, at least we all won. Maybe I might try to improve everyone's moods a little bit and say, just look at how successful we are. We will definitely win every engagement.
Yes, but even while you win, we will die out here. Let us in.
Yeah. Well, nothing I can much do about that. So, what am I going to do then?
On top of that, there's the not so good news that Merricktown and Leo Mace's farm both are overrun. And yeah, the last people who try to hold out there are either run away to somewhere else or are dead now.
Right. I can't say that was entirely unanticipated.
So.
They were just so much further out from the printer, they didn't really have real defenses, and colonial government is definitely far more concerned with Evergreen. But at least they didn't fall like several weeks ago, so, I mean, that's something.
Yeah.
Bleakness, darkness, everything's terrible.
Yeah. Several hours later, you see the survivors, some of the survivors, staggering out of the woods and approaching Evergreen. And also, you see this burning. You saw the burning smoke on this horizon.
Mm-hmm.
But now More survivors are approaching Evergreen.
Zero's gonna be on call for this one to see kind of what's happening. Is Evergreen's policy actually going to be to let them in? Are they actually considered different from the refugees? I wonder.
No, I mean, those
Alright.
from the city, from Rector and Leo Mace's homestead, they abandoned Evergreen, so they are considered non-citizens as well.
Well, they're definitely not gonna like what Evergreen's gonna do to them then, huh?
No. And the moon really is at a boiling point. The refugees are banging at the gates. Let us in! Let us in! Let us in! And at this point, what's her name again? Sorry. Edina G gives the order by radio to fire gas and flashbangs into the crowd to disperse them. And the armored vehicles that were printed start approaching the wall to reinforce the militia there.
Right, they're
And-
taking action.
And instead of running away, the refugees really try to break into the city. If at any point you want to act, just interrupt me.
Right, I'm basically just paying attention to the situation right now.
Oh, it's definitely escalating. And
Oh, it
if you
definitely
do
is. I'm watching it. I'm kind of going, what's the best way to handle this so that the overall scenario comes out on top for everyone? If I make a move now and I go, yes, this is all terrible, we need to let them in, and the best case, of course, is to take, then I still have to fight 7 colonial mechs at the least, if I recall. That's not a fun fight, and is a terrible fight for the overall scenario, and means losing. So I'm not entirely sure what to do here that'll save the refugees, win the overall scenario, and not piss off every single one of my employers.
Cobra, you are there too. Anything you do?
I can't think of any way to not exacerbate this situation.
Yeah. As you wonder what you shall do and are overwhelmed, you hear the first shot fired. A panicked militiaman just lost it. And some survivors, some refugees try to flee, but others now try to get over the wall, just climb over it. Some just try to find cover somewhere. All the while, at the same moment, you see subalterns getting out of the trees. So whoever flees has a hard time evading both. And more militiamen start to panic and start to shoot.
Alright, so this is the point where I will go ahead and take action. I will go ahead and specifically take control of the militia. And I will be giving them orders to stand down from attacking the refugees and to deal with the subaltern threat.
This definitely is a heroic, because they are in full panic. They aren't really open to listen to any orders right now. They are not trained soldiers who could listen to orders. They're just out of their mind, panicked and shooting. So go ahead and roll.
Okay. The only other thing I could ask would be for any accuracy for any of my previous actions for everyone.
Hmm.
Because this would be the time to cash in my goodwill for sure.
Is there any militiaman you did anything specific for? I can't exactly remember. If you give me anything specific, but
I'm trying to think of specific things, but nothing's actually coming to mind. So I guess I'll go ahead and just roll. Cobra might have a better case to make there, like, inherently, because that's where he spends most of his time. I've mostly just talked to people and made them feel good. I guess I would have easier goodwill to cash in with the refugees themselves, so maybe we'll come back to that one later.
yeah.
So let's take control. 13.
So yeah, basically, heroic roll means you would have needed a 20 or more,
Mm-hmm.
and overall of the shooting, nobody pays attention to you.
All right, then.
But you see the subalterns stop at the edge of the forest. They don't approach closer. They just stand back there, menacing. Cobra, go ahead.
I was thinking of staying cool and giving more specific orders to the refugees he's been training, the people that he's garnered some trust with. And hopefully the rest of them will fall into line, seeing some of their fellows acting more responsibly.
Hey.
So you try to calm all the refugees down.
Yes.
Okay. Yeah. You manage to do that more by your actions than your words. They see you being very calm and collected and urging them to be so too. They run away, and some of them run away and stop, but everybody looks shocked. And once the militiamen realize what's happening, they stop shooting too, and they also looked extremely shocked at what they just did. When you look outside, you guess there are at least 100 dead refugees and 100 or more wounded refugees. It was a very short outburst, but yeah, armed militiamen against unarmed civilians, that's quite deadly, and you see the realization in their eyes what they just did. And one of the NCOs from militia asked, body detail, volunteers? But nobody responds. The same NCO shouts, everyone in uniform today did this. Doesn't matter if you shot. Now I'm gonna go make sure anyone alive out there gets help. Who's coming with me? Silence again. No one sees, no one wants to see. No, they can't really remember. Did you shoot? Did I shoot?
Zero, of course, will be overhearing that part and will be stepping up. The Gawain will just sort of gently float on in to, like, just ahead of the militia. He'll dismount. Athena will just kind of stand ready, and he'll go ahead and start moving bodies.
Yeah. Yeah, the NCO continues shouting fucking cowards, throws down his rifle and goes outside to help. And with this, the gates open and finally the refugees can enter, but at a very high price.
That's right. Ticket admissions are up to $7 now.
What?
I'm sorry, that was a joke to defuse the tension.
Yeah, but it showed that flew over my head.
It's okay.
It's yeah.
But yeah, that the firing at least didn't happen for very long, so at least there weren't too many deaths. But yeah, this is still not great for anybody. Let's see. Normally I would carry correctives. It's been a while since I gave up the third slot, the info skin for the people who went off-world. Do I have that slot again? Because that'd be a corrective about now.
No, yeah, your printer priority for that is 4 weeks.
Okay, so basically still have that slot gone. Okay, so
Yeah.
I'm more or less moving bodies and directing people to where they need to be, if any
Yeah.
kind of medic service shows up.
Yeah.
'Cause otherwise, I do not have any medical skill at all. I'm just a nerd. Yeah, I imagine the atmosphere right now is very somber, I would suppose.
Yes, somber is very fitting word.
But I suppose as far as things go, subalterns don't suddenly move in for an attack or anything.
No, and outside at the tree line, you see this army standing. This army of subalterns dressed in all manner of rags, tarps, and sheets. Their garb put together from scrap and salvage. And no, sorry, that was the refugees, not a subaltern. The subalterns, they have a bleed-out code they are broadcasting. It's a very old Union code, but it doesn't really check out anymore. And they were old Union and auxiliary uniforms. And they're holding, they wear crude armor and carry pikes. And they just stand there with their banners and pikes and do nothing.
What kind of code did you say that they were sending? Is that like a message they're sending, or just like a friend or foe ID, or...
Friend or foe ID.
Okay. Yeah, so just they're there and, make themselves known. That's fine. While I'm physically busy doing things, I think I want to go ahead and command Athena to just, like, take a closer look. You know what the Athena system basically does. It just is a long-range scan kind of thing with holographic imaging. So Athena just, like, at a far distance just kind of goes, that's over there, that's over there.
Yeah. Lots and lots and lots of subalterns. And some subalterns on top of that.
Oh boy. And, I guess just to clarify, you said they're just holding pikes?
Yes.
There's a very distinct difference between some groups of subalterns and others. That is a detail I can't quite capitalize on yet, I think.
Yeah.
But I wonder, would those models of subaltern be more recognizable as ones that have been printed in modern times by Evergreen? Basically the ones that we've been using.
I mean, some of them are really, really old, and some of them are very new models, very possibly printed by Evergreen.
So maybe not.
Yeah, I mean, parts of them, but probably not all of them.
There are more things involved than I know right now.
Yeah.
I don't have ways to know about them. That bothers me. Oh, look, a dead body.
Yeah. And you get a message, text message push to your HUD.
Priority override command. Ah, no, they're putting it all into the comments section.
What?
They're
Oh,
using
yeah.
triple slashes. They're commenting their dialogue. Edge mill and edge admin, all forces. Wait further orders.
So yeah, Patience has awakened again and is taking control.
Oh, did we have Patience off at some point?
Oh, it was
Or do you mean she's unshackled now?
no, she's not unshackled. She was kinda retreated and didn't issue much commands, which is more obvious in hindsight because yeah, you talked to Dina, you talked to Eddie, but Patience said nothing for the last weeks. And now she's saying stuff again. Or it. So, yeah, by this message, you wouldn't say she's unshackled or cascading, but yeah, she's just awake again. Whatever happened in the meantime?
So it did come with a whole bunch of rally points and instructions and orders. Zero's kind of looking through all that and seeing what configuration is Patience looking at or talking about right now.
And I'm assuming that EG Mill is Evergreen Militia and EG Admin is the admin of Evergreen.
Yes. And Commander Brava Hadura is the commander of the militia. And deputy or director Edina Chi is times.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah. But
yes. What do these orders look like? What is Patience trying to tell everyone to do here? Is Patience going like everyone on the attack, everyone back into the city? What's the nature of these?
Basically, the subalterns are guarding the walls, and all the human militia are inside at some, you could say, a staging area. So they are not. They could deploy from there, but right now they are just ordered to wait.
Interesting. So I think what I'm going to do is I'll go ahead and have the Gawain withdraw into the city, and I'm going to go and figure out what's going on. Time to go back and talk to, what was his name again? I keep forgetting names. They're so terrible. I need to like write these all down, honestly.
Eddie Wu, the commander of the crisis response team, or who you want?
Yeah, I'll go talk to him first and see what he's up to or thinks about all of this. Or knows about all of this. Eddie Wu.
Give me a second.
Be right back. I gotta take a break.
That's okay.
More people in the crisis response team. More or less like the sign or nickname.
Okay. Still, I guess I'm going to go find Eddie first.
Yeah. Mauler was the nice guy with the huge amount of cybernetics.
Oh yeah, what a friendly guy.
Yeah. Guess how he got his nickname?
By being really friendly, giving lots of hugs.
Probably.
Probably. Definitely nothing else.
So, yeah.
Yeah, I will find them and approach with a What's going on, Eddie?
To be honest, I don't know. I don't like not knowing, but I don't know. We are also ordered not to leave the city, and yeah. Right now, we have to obey.
I see. I think, though, maybe we should go and have a direct talk with Patience.
Yes. Yeah. I am not allowed entry. You probably won't be either.
Does
There's this hacker girl of yours. Is she still around? That would be handy right now. I mean, she's
she's
up
either
for all
standing
sorts of
5
stuff.
feet away from me, invisible and laughing, or she's not even on the planet anymore. That's my guess.
So she's able.
You could say those words, and they'd probably be true.
Yeah.
So you don't have any access codes to see Patience, and it's locked down, correct?
Yes.
Well, I'll entrust you to handle whatever happens outside. I'm gonna go have a talk then.
Who do you want to talk to?
Patience.
Okay. Yeah. Door's locked.
Okay. So, given what's happening, the Gawain will go ahead and just reach a hand down and open the door.
Okay, so but basically there are some subalterns posted around the governance building, and once Quain starts reaching down, they seem like alert and alarmed. Alarmed is the right word. So does Quain really want to continue his action? It doesn't seem they would. It seems they would get aggressive. So.
There's how many out front?
Yeah, maybe one on each corner of the building and two on top of. But I mean, there are more subalterns in the city if it's the militia to get aggressive.
Okay. Before breaking it, I'm gonna go ahead and ring the doorbell. I'm gonna go ahead and pull out my consigliere unit, and I am going to open up a call to Patience at the door.
Yeah.
Or rather, send a message to open the door.
Yeah, your concierge Patience unit is still friendly and says, "How can I help you today?"
Send a message to open the door.
Message sent. But nothing happens.
I would like to go ahead and take control of the situation with a countdown. Please send the following messages: 10, 9, 8. Should I roll for that?
Yeah, your Patience concierge unit smiles happily and echoes your message.
Should I roll, or is there just
Yes.
absolutely no response? Okay.
Yeah,
Let's roll to take control.
Yeah. You count to 0 and 0 happens.
All right. So Athena will go ahead and take command of the Gawain, I'm ordering the Gawain to go ahead and open that door for me. I will slip inside while the Gawain handles things outside.
um, okay. Then yeah, the how do I handle this? Let me. Patience looks at you and why did you force entry? I will speak publicly tomorrow. Please just send down a beta curfew for the meantime.
I think I deserve a direct explanation.
You will get your explanation tomorrow, like everybody else.
Where is Patience saying this from to me, and where would I be while she's saying this?
I mean, it's like
Imagine I like just slipped inside, and it's like using intercom speakers or something.
no, it's you get like a CRT screen where you plus speakers, so you're not in front of the casket or anything. You're not exactly sure where that would be in this building anyway. And yeah, you're standing like 2 meters from this screen away.
Okay, so actually in the patient's room then.
Yes, but
Okay, cool. Just trying to visualize it right. And I'll go ahead and retort to Patience now and say it's like, this is a very delicate situation right now. Can't have everyone simply withdraw and do nothing.
yeah, the I assure you everything will be handled.
You don't sound very reassuring right now.
You
Why
don't
take
need
direct control away from everyone else and issue immediate orders?
you don't need to be reassured. You need to follow orders. That's what mercenaries do, right?
Unfortunately, I'm a very bad mercenary. And I assume like there's a panel or console related to patients around, correct? Much like the server back over at the farm.
No, here it isn't. It would be anywhere. It's not in this front-facing room.
Oh, okay. So I'll have to go deeper in then.
Yeah. So,
Patience,
please.
I have an extended mission here to ensure the safety of this colony.
Yes.
There's a number of very hostile NHPs on this planet. Do you understand what I mean?
Yes, and I am the chief in command, and you are disobeying all that means. So I ask you one last time. Leave the premises, or I have to take action.
I'm sorry, but without a direct explanation, I think I'm going to have to take matters into my own hand on this. I will go ahead and walk deeper into the building. And ultimately, I am looking for a way to reset Patience.
Yeah, but inside the building there are more subaltern, more militia subaltern. So you would have to fight your way through, and once you start walking deeper, you hear shots from outside. So Gawain seems to be in a fight now with whatever there is.
Right.
And you know that you should stuff like this is handled by a trained expert, because it's not that easy to do it, you would have to fight your way through and then wing the resetting process.
Right. But it was at least simple enough to do when I was up top, and worst case scenario, I can just unplug everything, right? In this scenario, I could either A, retreat, or B, try to use like my assault and reading of a situation to try to determine how to best get to my objective.
Yes. Tell me what you want to do, and then go ahead and roll. Give me 10 seconds. I reset my internet again.
Oh, okay. I'm counting them.
Okay. Yes. Okay, what do you do?
Let's see. I could start with just reading the situation and see what my best options are here. Would that be okay?
Yes.
This is the time to roll that. Patience is gonna kill me.
So, yeah, reading the situation, you've got enemies in front of you, enemies back. You don't really know how to reset an NHP, or how long it would take, and what you could achieve realistically. And so, yeah, you have a lot of downs, but you know there are enemies before and in the back of. Cobra, you hear shooting from inside the city.
Well, he's gonna have to go and see what that just was.
Yeah, you see from afar Gawain fighting with subaltern militia in front of the governor's building.
I think I know what I want my plan of attack to be here. I have my consigliere unit. I need to find additional information for further infiltration later. My goal is going to be to try to download information, put my consigliere offline, and conceal it for the time. And then surrender. Rather than continue to provoke a confrontation I might not win.
Okay, then go ahead and give me a quick download roll. Whatever trigger you think applies.
I don't necessarily have downward roll. I have get a hold of, though.
Okay.
So how about I roll that? 15.
Okay. Yeah, then you get a floor plan of the original building, but you don't get the pinpoint where the casket is, but you could guess it's in the basement just by the layout of the rooms.
Alright, that's good. Once I have at least that much, unit is offline, concealed, and yeah, I will surrender.
Okay. I suppose Gawain also stands down?
That is correct. Gawain also will not be using missiles while inside the city at this point. It was probably mostly the drone launcher, if anything.
What do you have? A drone launcher? I suppose he would just do melee attacks, but you mean this Nexus Light thingy? Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, Nexus Light.
Then
It's simple, it's smart, nothing extraneous would need to be heard, if at all. Gawain defended itself and stands down. Easy enough. I highly doubt they would have destroyed it in any time period.
Yeah. So, yeah, you are taken prisoner and taken to the prison. Given, do you have any idea how to safely shackle a mech with an NHP in it right now?
Simple. I give it orders to stand down, and
Yep.
no longer act. And stay on standby until further orders.
Yeah, but
There you
you
go.
could.
It is contained, and there's nothing that needs to be done.
Yeah, but you could retract these orders at any moment. So they basically liked some better measures.
Good. All they need to do is not have me in shouting distance of it then.
Yes. And take off your comms.
Yep.
Then that's what they do.
Okey-doke. So,
Yeah.
I gave it an attempt. We'll see what happens.
What? Yeah, I didn't understand. What did you give it?
An attempt.
An attempt. Okay, yeah.
Yeah, I tried. I tried my best.
So, yeah, Corporal, you see Zero is taken out of the government building and taken to the prison.
Damn.
Okay. Yeah, there's a curfew at 1800, and tomorrow at 900, everybody has to be at a public address, mandatory. Let me just copy and paste it. So I presume for the moment you will respect the curfew, right?
Yes.
Yeah. And Zero, you're giving a cell on your own. There's some free room right now.
Yeah, not too busy, I'm sure.
No, not too busy.
That's okay. I'll just, request my chess set from whoever's working here and just play that in some downtime. While
Playing chess with yourself.
Well, if the guard wants to have a friendly match, I can guarantee I'll destroy them.
Yeah, the subaltern guard looks at you like, what? Oh.
It wouldn't be the first computerized mine that I've beaten.
Okay.
Downloading chess playing program.
Let me just. Cobra, where do you spend the night?
I guess he would stay with the militia he's been working with. Make sure they stay out of trouble, because some of them might have even seen, Zero and Gawain doing their bit of theatrics, and he wants to urge them and sort of keep an eye on them so that they don't do anything rash.
Yeah, during the night while most people are sleeping, you notice that Prava Hadura, the commander of the militia, slips off.
Well, I'm gonna have to follow him because he might be up to no good.
Her. She's a her.
I'm sorry.
It's yeah, it's you notice she goes to the medicine cabinet and takes out lots of pills, lots and lots of pills, and tries to not be seen, but you manage to not be seen too. And basically you get a picture that she will try to swallow all the pills at the same time, which will probably kill her.
Oh, well, then let's definitely intervene there and show up out of nowhere since he was sneaking around. Am I going to need to put you in for a psych review?
We killed those people. I can't continue like this with this on my conscience. We killed them. I killed them.
It was a heated moment. I don't blame anybody for what happened. It was a tragic mistake, yes, but it was a mistake nonetheless.
So go ahead and give me advantage too.
All right, I think this would be another stay cool to try to calm her down and get her thinking more rationally about, what happened and how it. I would liken it to the shot heard around the world. Nobody meant to fire, but somebody's finger twitched and then shit just went down. And getting her to realize it was a horrible mistake might put her at ease. So let's do this.
Okay.
Ooh, by the skin of my teeth.
It's not by the skin of your teeth. 21 is great. And it even didn't apply the advantage, so yeah. She starts sobbing and breaking down, but she puts the pills away. And after some time, you manage to calm her down, and she agrees to go back to sleep.
And he's going to definitely put her in for a psych eval and to get some therapy after this because it was a traumatic experience, definitely, and she's feeling it.
Okay.
So get her some help for this.
Who do you put a psych eval with patients? Or?
Yes. Okay. Unless there's a medical board he can submit it to, then he would skip patients and go directly to them.
Yeah, there are some doctors, but it's more like traditional doctors. Nobody specialized in psychiatry. They basically didn't expect to need somebody like that out here.
In that case, you would put in a secondary request with patients to see if somebody can be found who can fulfill that role for her. Yeah. Now, he doesn't know that Zero was having such trouble with patients, and that's why he was arrested, so he's not going to try to avoid patients completely. He'll just do what he can.
Yeah. Okay, I noted it down. Sorry. It's the next morning, 9 o'clock, and you're all required to assemble.
Do they drag me out of jail for that, or do they just give me a TV?
You get a nice inside your jail.
There we go.
And basically, even outside, it's just big screens all around. And the screen shows the still image, a playing podium set up in the entry hall of the governor's mansion. And after a moment, Elena G emerges. But she talks to somebody who's not in the picture. She walks to the podium, and she looks extremely tired. She has fine gloves, not printed, but handmade. But they look extremely wrinkled too, like she didn't get much sleep, if any at all. Good morning, people of Evergreen. I know many of you are wondering why patients I have brought this public address, and we will get to that. But first, I wanted to assure you that you are not in danger. We have increased security around the city and bolstered our foot patrols with subalterns. In addition, we have increased print orders for armored vehicles and enacted curfews to ensure that the streets are safe and clear for our militia. Already, Landmark has forwarded a priority emergency request to the system authority, and Union has responded by putting us in contact with another crisis management team. In the meantime, you will see a new calendar pushed to your personal companion concierge handhelds. In it, you can see a clear schedule for planned duration to lockdown, new citizen production quotas, and a mechanism for requesting personal print orders. Any questions, comments, or concerns can be shared with the administration via Evergreen's municipal terminals. Patients and I thank you for your cooperation and your understanding. Now, without further delay, with that, I want to introduce our crisis manager, Beggar One. With that, a humanoid figure strides around a corner, a subaltern. It's obviously a military one, and it has an old Union's officer broadcoat over its shoulder, and it's ranked as colonel. It walks with swagger and the confidence of a tank rolling down the street. It stands on a podium and waits. Good day, citizens. Pursuant to Union Joint Resolution 2CN 204.4504, I have taken total theater control. From this moment on, this territory is under my protection. An unseen order. It kinda sounds like Patient's voice, but different. You have been plagued by an unidentified enemy. And you have suffered many dead. Some subalterns start tracking something into the picture. I'm here to show you your enemy. And it steps aside, and the picture clearly reveals what a subaltern dragged into the room, a dead Egregorian. So, this is a juvenile Egregorian warrior. You can see that even the young are prepared to kill. The white lines here, he points at the head, war paint, savage marks, meant to guarantee safe passage from this life back to its overmind, should it die at combat. This one successfully transmitted back to its mind. A good thing, as we were able to track this transmission back to its home hive. You see the screen change. It now points to a mountain. You recognize this mountain. It's the mountain where you put the Omninet tower on top of. And somebody from the group of citizens shouts, "My God, that's just across the river." Beggar One continues, acting in my capacity as theater command, I have authorized the removal of this persistent threat. And you start hearing screams from outside. You wonder why, because you can't see anything. You are safe. Union is here. There's a flash and the whole mountain explodes. Few seconds later, you feel the earthquake. The shock from the massive impact into the mountain. Yeah. Basically, public ArmNet access is cut off, communication is limited or blocked, governor's farm is on complete lockdown. You suppose you know now what was dropped down on the mountain. It must be one of these old orbital stations. And Begawan has taken control.
Oh, that's a hell of a point to end the game right there. So that's where why it was such a spoiler to figure out about those orbital platforms. If only we went up to them 20 minutes earlier. Why would he ever reveal his plans if they were not already in motion? But that is quite an outflank I didn't really anticipate. If only we had a hacker.
So,
I got a lot of good info to work with the scenario. Now the only question is what they're going to do with me now.
for the moment, you're a prisoner. Oh, more info about one. It has old union codes he's sending out, but they don't track out anymore, so they are not valid. Yeah.
Right.
He has.
And the mountain he blew up was the Hive Home mountain?
I have two problems. Problem is no, I can switch you even if I think it's not wrong. My internet is extremely flaky today. Let me just reset it so I can switch you around.
Okay. Good old trusty Roll20. I forgot to switch you around, right? Yes, I forgot to switch you around. Yeah, we haven't moved over yet.
Okay. So basically, you have to remember this map.
Yep.
The mountain is like here, there's Omni node.
Yeah,
That's
that was
one.
where we set up everything.
Yeah, and now let me put you to the other map. And you see high form? Yeah, that's like the completely opposite direction. So high form is safe. This must be another hive they attacked. Probably one of the elite cities high form mentioned.
Interesting. I guess I probably should become more aware of where the other allied cities were. But still tragic, and also he blew up all the public OmniNet transmitters.
Oh no, not all of them, but
Well, I mean, they were on that mountain, and there's not a mountain anymore.
Yeah. Yeah, but you had transmitters before that was to bolster your bandwidth.
And as far as his public performance goes, he says that he's doing this on behalf of Colonial, and Colonial sent the message for the emergency status and stuff.
No, he's
I imagine that doesn't actually check out at all.
He's doing this on behalf of Union, but that doesn't check out.
I thought the beginning of the speech was like, Colonial has sent the override message, or something like that, wasn't it?
Let me. No, they have put a priority emergency request to Landmark, but I don't know.
Okay, so inverse relationship then. They've taken over and gone, hey, Landmark, yo, we're doing this.
Yeah.
But Patience is still under their control, seemingly, so that's interesting too. I'm not sure how they pulled that off necessarily. That's a mystery.
And so, yeah, your intuition was on point, but sadly it was foiled.
Yup, was not quite prepared enough for this precise scenario. I was more expecting everything to blow up. So I was wrong there. But hey, orbital platforms. So yeah, I got at least 2 pieces of information I can work with in the future. If they don't decide to just hang me, I'm sure I can figure something out. I guess we'll end up seeing next time what they decide to do.
Oh, I mean, how much time do you still have on your hands?
Oh, we still have like hour and a half.
Yeah, right.
I
So
just keep
okay.
thinking like, wow, this is like the end of this arc, like very clearly.
I mean,
And I don't know if that if you have anything ready after that.
I have stuff ready. The only thing that makes me reluctant to go on is that Teta still hasn't recovered, obviously, and I don't know if you want to go ahead and make the important decision how this campaign continues out in. So
Yeah, I would definitely like to make sure that Theta can put in his 2 cents on how we're gonna go forward from here.
It's
yeah. Okay. Then so yeah.
But this has still been very dramatic and suddenly very exciting. So that's very interesting. The refugee crisis was obviously building up to this point, and we did our best.
Yeah.
But now we've shoved everyone inside to be surrounded by subalterns. So yay. But the alternative seems to have been pushing them into the forest and straight up murder. So it's like, I don't think this is written to have a good ending for the refugees at all.
Mm.
Basically.
Game Master's curtain. You will find
Okay,
out.
that's fair enough. Maybe they'll be fine in the future. We don't know yet. But I saved like 10 families.
Oh, you also saved right to iPhone.
Oh yeah, there's at least 1,000 in high foam, and exactly 1 kid escaped into space.
Yeah.
On my part, due to negligence. I'm going by that. That's a victory.
Yeah.
Ark, you got any thoughts about this whole section and what's going on?
I'm a little confused about what's going on, but it's definitely heating up, and I cannot wait to see how we're gonna figure out how to deal with this. When my exo's in jail, there's the morale is low in the militia after what happened, and now this new NHP showing up and taking control. Wow. So you've got my interest.
Thanks.
Yeah. Everything leading up to this was definitely very much Evergreen's not going to live. Now instead it's been directly taken over, and it's like, alright, at least people are going to live. The situation's very drastically different now. And we know exactly where our target is.
Yeah. So
and of course the connection between this beggar one and the city across the sea is also very interesting. So because we spoiled ourselves on a couple of details, we have a reasonably clear picture of some things now.
yeah. Cities on the other side. Rural. But,
Oh yeah,
you know,
there's more. We just visited one though. It was a vacation.
yeah. Friendly vacation tour. An enemy city.
Next time I get the access to a loadout, I'm gonna put like beach towel and vacation equipment, you know.
Yeah.
All right. So if we want to just go ahead and leave it there, we'll go ahead and pick it up on Sunday and see what madness awaits us.
Yeah, if you don't have any additional feedback or clarifying questions, I'd like you to write a summary for Teta so he knows. Sadly,
Will-
he missed the big reveal, so that's the point where I would have liked to see your face.
My face was definitely an expression of it all makes sense now. But yeah, I'll make sure Theta gets a summary, and we'll see what happens next time.
Send that summary to me as well, just so I can get
I'll
a
probably
look at
post
it.
it into our group chat here.
Okay, that's good.
Yep. I'm also going to need to write down the stuff that I have, because that stuff could be important too. I think that was where mines are laid. I have information to process about orbital objects from radio astronomy readings. And I have old building plans for Patience Building. There we go. That all sounds about right. Those are tools that'll come in handy later. Alright, I'm good.
Then,
And I'll catch you later, man.
yeah, see you on Sunday.
See you around.